everybody, I have a just maybe quick 15-minute stretch and mobility workout. I've been wanting to do this for a while. You can do this first thing in the morning, after a workout, just really any time of day. So we're gonna go head to toe and we're gonna get everything moving. And if you've never really worked out or you just wanna get started somewhere, this is a great place to start. Mobility is key to keeping everything kind of working, our muscles working, our joints healthy. So mobility is wonderful, whether you use it in the morning or before you go to bed, just a great way, especially after a workout. It's really nice to be able to stretch these muscles out that have been working all day long or in a workout. So let's just stand and just think about our posture for a second and just relax your mind, your body, and just focus on where you're standing. You can do this barefoot. You can do this with sneakers on like I have. I just finished a workout, so I just want to keep my sneakers on because I have to run out after this. So just have your feet apart and just really feel your body in space and just stand up nice and tall. Notice if you're locking your knees. Notice how your feet feel on the floor. Do you feel balanced? And if you're doing this workout and you like something next to you, feel free to have a chair or something near you. So we're just going to think about the ground up. So just making sure that the knees are straight but not locked. Feeling your muscles coming up the pelvis here, and you want to be in neutral. So we hear neutral pelvis a lot. So we want to make sure we're not here, we're not here, we're not slouching. So just kind of finding that neutral. And you can rock back and forth a little bit here, just reaching through the crown of the head. And kind of find where your neutral is and bring your awareness to the pelvis and just gently draw the abdominals in. You want to kind of just keep that awareness and keep the breathing flowing here. So you really want to be mindful of your breath. Keep the breath flowing. We never want to hold our breath through any of these. And then just traveling up, notice your rib cage and notice how it feels when you breathe in and out. Thinking about your shoulders. We're going to really get those shoulders mobile today. That's where we hold our shoulders, our chest, our neck. We feel a lot of tension there. So just bring that awareness there and just notice if your shoulders are forward, and just, you don't have to arch, but again, you just want to come into a good standing posture. Good. So holding that head up, looking straight ahead. And we're just going to start with a nice big deep breath in. Breathe in. And let it out. Breathe in and let it out. Just let that breath flow now, whether you breathe in and out through your nose or maybe in through the nose, out through the mouth, whatever is comfortable. And we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder and back to center and other side. We're just going to take this back and forth, noticing if you have any tight spots in the neck. And maybe inhaling as you come center and then exhaling as you let that head go to the side. And come back to center and just bring your chin to your chest. Feel all those muscles in the upper back and then come right back up to center. Again, if you're feeling uneven here, you want something near you, that is totally fine. Come up. A couple more. And last time. Coming up and bringing our awareness to our shoulders. We're just going to start with some shoulder rolls. And when you're rolling those shoulders back, you want to think about it as opening the chest, being mindful of the breath, making room for the breath, almost as if your shoulders are picking up your arms. So we don't want to add anything here. We just want to roll. And now just, let's go one arm at a time, right and left. Feeling how it involves the rib cage. Breathing nice and deep. Now let's just take it back to both arms. Good. And now we're going to go the other way. So we're just going to roll forward. You want to think about nice big circles. So coming up, so opening up the upper back. Opening up, feeling those shoulder blades come around. Good, feeling those shoulders getting mobile. And last one, and then we're going to take our fingertips just to the top of our shoulders. And we're going to circle one shoulder at a time. And you want to imagine tracing the numbers on a clock. So thinking about that elbow as the hand on a clock. You can slow this down. The first few can be big, and then you can slow it down, keeping your hips forward, that connection to your core. Then when you're ready, take both shoulders. Good, just relaxing the fingertips. Again, opening up that breath. We do so much forward in our day. We look at our phones, we look down, we're driving, we're maybe hunching forward, sitting at a desk, shopping, picking up children, bags, you name it. So it really is nice to open up here. And last one, good. And then we're just gonna get some lateral movement here. So we're gonna take our feet a little wider, and we're just gonna go side to side. Just letting the hand come down the body. And you can let that opposite arm come up. Again, feeling the waistline here. Keeping that abdominal contraction, pulling in through that lower abdominal area. Again, keeping that good posture, keeping the knees slightly bent. And last one, good. And then we're just gonna do a little upper body cat and cow. So just rounding right through that upper back here. Just maybe bringing the back of the hands to each other and just staying in that upper back, which holds so much tension. Keeping that breath. Good, and then open up the chest and just kind of hold the chest open. Not really arching our back, we're keeping that connection so we have a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Good, and then let those arms relax. Another shoulder roll here. Nice. And then from here, bring your right arm to the side, bring it in front, and just gently bring that hand across. Bring that arm in, and you're just pressing a little bit between your shoulder and your elbow, not too much pressure. Your ear goes to the opposite shoulder. A lot of times when we do this stretch, we have the shoulder way up here. We're going to really bring it down. And we're going to go to the other side. We're going to take the arm out, bring it in front, stretch. You add the amount of pressure that you want. Breathe. And let go. Good. We're going to bring those arms overhead, and then we're going to reach. We're going to go overhead and reach. So just stretching up and over, up and over. Really imagine the vertebrae here in the back, just lengthening and going over to the side, getting that lateral flexion. Good. And give me one more, reaching up and over. Nice. Take a deep breath up, bring both arms up, reach for your right wrist and just gently pull over. Bring it back to the center, reach that left wrist and go over. Nice. A couple more times, you can reach up and over and up and over. This feels good on the body. Reach and press, give that wrist a little tug and just a little squeeze maybe. One more, feeling energized hopefully already. Getting that spine moving and reach and let it go. Good. We're going to do a little bit deeper of a cat and cow. So take those feet a little further apart and we're going to round and release. So I'm going to show you from this side. I'm tucking that pelvis under, just rounding and arching. So we do this on the floor, on all fours, but we can do it standing periodically during the day. It feels good. Really opening that chest. And if your neck bothers you, just keep your eyes forward. You don't have to look up, but you can look a little bit out in front as long as your neck doesn't feel tension. And then hold this one open and just really feel that open chest again. And then just take the hips side to side. Just relax, keep the chest open, and let that little pivot happen. Feel those obliques and feel that chest. Pull the elbows down and back, like you're opening up the chest, pulling the shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Last couple, and release. Good. All right, we're gonna bend those knees again. And we're just gonna roll the hips. So just roll them in one direction. And again, you wanna make sure those knees are bent because we really don't wanna stress the knees, and the knee movement facilitates the hip movement. So if you were locked knees, you would just be really putting a lot of pressure on those knees. So bend the knees, and then when you're done with maybe 8, 10, you go the other way. And then really just bring that awareness to your core. You can even feel those abdominal muscles stretching. As you go back, you're feeling that stretch, and then that squeeze as they come forward. Good. And last one. Good. Take a nice big deep breath. And exhale. We're gonna move into some squats. So just coming down and up. Just getting some hip mobility. Again, nice and slow. And if you have any knee issues, just don't go down as far. And if it really bothers you, you can just come up and do heel raises, and maybe just a little bit, okay? So let's add that heel raise. Let's just add coming up on the toes, getting a little bit more ankle mobility here. A couple more. Again, you can hold on to something, coming up on the toes, working the calves and challenging your balance. Last one. Nice. Roll those shoulders back. Nice. We're going to open up the hips a little more, take those feet apart, and we're just going to circle. So again, finding that balance. So if you need to put your hand on a chair, you go ahead. Feet are relaxed. You can point them. And just getting that mobility through the hip, opening up those hips. Abs are nice and tight. And do 2 more. Using your abdominals to lift that knee. Last one. Good. All right. Let's take those feet a little further apart now. Hands on your hips, and we're just going to bend right and left. So feeling a little stretch through the inner thigh. Your toes are facing me, and your chest is up. Okay, you can have your hands on your hips, or you can have your arms to the side. Doesn't really matter. Or you can keep them on the legs. And then we're going to bring that shoulder down. So when you bend this knee, your shoulder comes down and center. You pick up the pace a little bit. Nice. Good. Couple more. Good. Last one. Come back to center. Take a big deep breath. Exhale one more time. And exhale. Excellent. We're going to stretch out the calves. We're going to do this standing, and then we're going to take it down to the floor. But let's stretch out the calves. Standing calf stretch. You have the feet apart. You want to think about being on a railroad track, not a tightrope. So one foot is behind. Your front knee is bent. Your back heel is down, and both toes are facing the same direction. So you want to feel the stretch in that calf. And I'll show you another stretch on the floor. And then let's come up on that back toe. Again, getting a little mobility through the ankle. Good, and last one. Hold it down. Bring the hands behind. Let's take a chest stretch here. Drawing the shoulder blades down, opening up the chest, keeping that connection to your core. And we're going to stretch out the front hamstring. Again, we're going to take these a little deeper in a second. You're going to bring this leg in, hands supported on the leg, and then you're going to flex your foot. So feeling the stretch in this leg, if you want, you can come down and flex the foot. But what you don't want to do is just round to get there. So the point of the stretch is to stretch your hamstring. So if you can be up here and you feel it, that's just fine. Breathe, lower the toe, roll it up. We're going to do the same thing on this side, standing calf stretch first, and then again, I'll show you another variation. Just make sure you can see me. So you're going to have the feet apart, and you're just going to press both heels down. But you want to feel as this heel is pressing past the floor. Let's take that chest opener again. And then we're going to come up again on those toes. Up, let's bring the arms into it this time. Up and down, getting a little motion and mobility through that ankle. Last one. Good. And then slide back, front toe up, stretching out that hamstring right here. Keeping these muscles stretched is so important for your back health, especially if you're going on walks. You know, if you walk and you're not stretching, you really will get so much more range of motion when you stretch and keep those muscles healthy on your walking or running. Lower the toe and roll it up. Good. Let's take it down to the mat. I just want to check my time. Perfect. All right. We're going to come down to the floor. You're going to be on all fours. We're going to do cat and cow in this position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. So we'll be in this neutral position right here. And now we're going to round with the cat and arch into cat pose. So into cow pose. Rounding and arching, okay? So you can take it at your own pace. And again, you can spend a little bit more time here coming into that neutral position. So your abs are pulled in and you're reaching through the crown of the head. So from here, we're going to go into child's pose. So you can take your knees a little wider and drop down into child's pose. This is great for your spine. You can rest your head down. Coming up, and we're going to come right back through. We're going to come down to our stomach, and we're going to work again on that extension in your upper back. So you can have your head down and just lift and lower the arms here. So just keep the chest lifted, but you're not actively lifting the chest with the arms, but you can if you would like to. Right now, I'm just kind of keeping that head down. If you have a yoga block, you can put your head on that, or a towel if you don't like holding it up. And then to take this further, we're going to go back and down. Back. Again, it's great for the posture. Great to extend the spine. Your toes are pointed. Hips are pressing down into the mat. So if you want to go further here, you're going to lift the right leg and then lift the left leg. Still reaching out the crown of the head, focusing on your postural muscles here. Upper back. You're getting low back here when you lift the leg as well. A little bit more. So if you like to have those legs down, that's fine. And now we need one more. And we're going to rest back into child's pose. So come back into child's pose. Nice. And come on up. Good. All right, from here, we're going to take one foot forward. This is a hip flexor stretch. So you can be here, okay? The back leg, you can take that same arm up and over. If you want, you can be in a runner stretch. This will also stretch that back calf. So it's really just up to you. Open the chest here. You can also do that with the knee down. Stretching out the hips, so important for hip mobility. Keeps the hips healthy and supports the back. So you really want to keep the body supple so it can be prepared for all your movements through the day. We're going to come down and then we'll stretch that hamstring here. So rocking back a little bit, you can bring your chest down. Or maybe you just want to hold it here and hinge at the hip. Again, you want to lead with the chest, draw the shoulders back, and flex that foot, and come up. We'll go to the other side. So we're going to take that other foot forward. Again, you can stay here, you can reach, or you can just keep your hands on your leg. I'm going to come into runner stretch. Your front knee is over the heel. Your back leg is straight, so you want to push that heel back, stretching out the back calf. And come on down. And then we're going to push back. You may have to bring that heel forward a little bit to your hamstring stretch. So if this is too much, you can stay right here. You can hold on to something and then just bring the chest down. And come around. We're going to fold over both legs and just let everything go here. Halfway, we're going to bring those hands in front and then just really keep the back nice and long, but your hands are way out in front. You're on the tips of your fingers, lengthening the spine. Now you can walk the feet in, or you can softly jump and roll up. Nice big deep breath. We're gonna come back down to the mat again. So I'm gonna stretch out the hips. You can do this one or two ways. Another stretch for the hips, also outer thigh. So if you're short on time or right after a workout, you can take one foot over and bring your hands back and bend the knees. As long as you're light on the hands, you're feeling that nice stretch in that outer thigh. But if you don't like this stretch, you can come down. If you don't like that position, you can do this also on your back, and then just rotate that ankle around. It feels good. And then just gently pull the back of that leg in. Good. And then put that foot back down. Another great stretch is opening the heart here and going side to side. The weight of this foot really provides a nice stretch here, and your shoulders are down. You're just kind of opening side to side. Just try to keep that connection as you go to the other side. You can do that one a number of times, but I just wanted to show you that variation. And you're going to roll up and take it to the other side. Now you might be tighter on one side, but you can totally stay here. Hands are nice and light. You want to open the chest. You don't want any tension back there. So again, you might want to stay here and sit up nice and tall. Or again, I just want to make sure you can see me. You can roll down, roll that ankle. Breathe. And then hold that foot, put it down, hold that foot there, open up the chest, your arms are out in a T, and you're gonna go side to side again. So that top foot provides a little bit of weight, so you feel an additional stretch here. It feels so good. And then go to the other side, keeping that configuration there. And you can do that a few times. You can go back and forth, and notice that foot is down. Feels great to open the chest here. Another great stretch for the chest and the shoulders. Coming back to center, hug both knees in. Just nice and easy. If your knees bother you, go to here and just gently bring those knees in and rock side to side. Giving your back a little massage. And then let's take a full body stretch. So bringing those arms over your head, pointing the toes. I love this one. Feel like somebody's pulling you in two directions. Your hips are down, your back may arch a little bit, but your shoulders are down, abdominals in, and just really stretch the body long. You can even do right side and then left side, whatever feels right here. And exhale. All right, let's add a roll up, and then we are done. So I'm gonna flex my feet, bring my hands up, pick my head up. The traditional Pilates roll up. You can also roll to your side and then use your hands to help you come up. So you're gonna peel your spine, come up, and go over those legs. Come on up. And you did a great job. I hope you had a wonderful time with that mobility and stretch. It's a great way. You can pick and choose what you want to do. If you just want to do some upper body stretches, they'll take you, during the day if you're just feeling tense, whether you're driving or sitting at a desk. Maybe you just want to, do them after a long drive or like a long day of work. So this is also a great one too. The 90-90 stretch is a great one for the hips. You can do that, change sides, same thing, and twist. Great way. There's so many combinations, but I wanted to give you a little taste of all the stretches that you can do to just make yourself be more mobile and more stretched and flexible. Have a great day, and I would love to hear what you think in the comments.